Hello, everyone. Amanda Williams, MD, MPH, here with you today. I want to talk to you about Veins HX today. This is a really unique and cool formulation. It's a blend of different herbs. It also has citrus bioflavonoid complex in it, along with vitamin C. It's very beneficial when we think about circulatory health. So, we're talking about the health of our blood vessels. One area in particular that oftentimes people will find through the years that they struggle with is the health of the veins within the legs. And sometimes people will notice that you maybe have varicose veins, for example, or some of the spider veins. And that can be very unsightly, and a lot of people don't enjoy looking at their legs in that condition. But we have to understand why that's actually occurring. What happened within the actual structural integrity within the vessel that created that type of a condition. And there's numerous different reasons as to what can bring this on. And we certainly know that certain chronic disease states can exacerbate this. So if people have any type of heart disease or hypertension, obviously issues with glycation that occurs with metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes can certainly make you more prone to this type of destruction that occurs within the blood vessel itself. So when we experience this and people start to see this unsightly varicosity that occurs within the veins, this can become very problematic. But we have to think even beyond that, because for many people, maybe you don't experience the actual looking down and seeing a spider vein or seeing varicose veins. Perhaps you feel like your legs feel very heavy. Maybe you're experiencing swelling within the lower legs down into the calf and into the ankle. These are signs that you should definitely speak with your physician about to make sure that you have a full cardiovascular workup. This is always very important. But one thing that we do know is that chronic venous insufficiency is incredibly common. It is estimated that upwards of 15% of men experience to some degree of chronic venous insufficiency, and 25% of women will experience chronic venous insufficiency. And this is a major problem because we are talking about a breakdown in the actual vessel itself. So the blood that's pumping out of your heart and pulling down to the legs, we need that to be able to come back up. When you have chronic venous insufficiency, what happens is the vessel itself has lost its real strength. So it doesn't have that ability to have that contracting action to it. And so sometimes we get this fluid leakage out and we start to experience swelling, or in medical terms, that would be edema. This can really be a sign of some serious issues. So if you do have this, I definitely encourage you to make sure that you go in and you do have a full workup with your physician. But I also want to talk about different ways that you can approach this. We know from the University of Exeter in the UK that they looked at 16 different clinical trials. So these are human clinical trials, so double blind placebo controlled trials, where they were assessing the overall efficacy of horse chestnut extract when it came to chronic venous insufficiency. And what they found after doing this meta analysis, pulling all of the data from all of these 16 different studies, was that the horse chestnut was absolutely superior compared to the placebo groups when it came to overall support for chronic venous insufficiency. So this is something that I think that we should take note of. We should say, well, what in the world is this horse chestnut extract? Because many times people will look at the Veins HX formulation and you see all the different nutrients that are in it. And you say, okay, vitamin C, I know that that's good for blood vessels. I know that that's part of that collagen cross-linking, so obviously that would make sense. We also know it's an antioxidant, so it helps to fend off oxidative stress, so that makes sense. We have bilberry extract in it. That also makes sense. We know that bilberry extract is very beneficial for overall circulatory support. We know the benefits when it comes to bilberry for eye health, for example, but it really comes down to, once again, fending off oxidative stress that can do damage to those fine capillaries, for example. And when you have that capillary leakage, this is really what you start to notice when you have swelling within the lower legs in particular. So we have the vitamin C, we have the bilberry extract, we have citrus bioflavonoids, so we have more powerful antioxidants. But then people will look and they say, okay, well, now there's horsetail and there's horse chestnut. So what exactly are these things? So, horsetail extract is a really cool plant extract that is a natural source for silica. We know that that's very important, once again, for the structural integrity within the blood vessels. So, this is why the horsetail is in it. And then we come across the horse chestnut, and this is just absolutely fabulous stuff. It is known to grow in these. It's the horse chestnut itself is a tree, and it grows primarily in Greece, different parts of Asia, but primarily we look at like northern Greece, for example. And we know that it is a fruiting tree, and within the fruit comes these seeds. So it is the seeds from the fruit coming from this tree that provides all of this powerful benefits. So there's these different chemical constituents that they actually extract out of the horse chestnut. And this is what has been shown to be so incredibly beneficial when it comes to overall circulatory support. So when we look across the spectrum at issues with varicose veins and spider veins, for example, we can look at issues with hemorrhoids. This is a really huge one, and I've had so many people that have done really well with Veins HX when it comes to hemorrhoids. And nobody wants to talk about hemorrhoids. It's a hemorrhoid. Who wants to talk about it? But it's the reality of which many people live in. So you have to face up to it. What is it that you want to do about it? Well, we want to be able to support those actual vessels. So if we combine that vitamin C with the citrus bioflavonoid, that bilberry extract with the silica coming from horsetail, and then we throw in the power of horse chestnut, we have this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punch of really being able to allow that vessel to help to incorporate its structural integrity once again. So this is really important. So as I mentioned, hemorrhoids, a lot of people have them. A lot of people don't want to talk about them. Maybe you're sneaking off to your local pharmacy late in the evening trying to get your whatever hemorrhoid cream or whatnot. But this is something that can be an ongoing issue and can really be problematic. So definitely think about something such as Veins HX as part of your normal daily routine if this is something that you've experienced. Obviously, if you've been told that you have chronic venous insufficiency, this is also something that perhaps you'd want to speak with your physician. Say, maybe I should incorporate some natural nutrients that have been widely studied across the spectrum, in particular, horse chestnut when it comes to chronic venous insufficiency. Maybe I should incorporate that into my routine. We know that horse chestnut also has been studied when it comes to wound healing, when it comes to sprains and strains. So I always say, kind of like bromelain, maybe you take a awkward step off of a sidewalk and you kind of twist your ankle a little bit. Having things like bromelain or Veins HX on hand can be very beneficial because it's helping to support that circulatory action, which can help to promote wound healing. So it is an absolutely remarkable formulation, so many different utilizations for it for people who have those concerns about proper circulation. Like I said, maybe you fall into that category of having heart disease, having high blood pressure, having diabetes, and you do have concerns about your actual blood vessels, then looking at a product such as this is a very good idea. But also, if maybe you are thinking more on the outside of the legs and you look down and you see those varicose veins and you see those spider veins, and you want to try and do something that is going to be natural that you have been able to see from clinical trials to be quite effective when it comes to targeting that. This is a really great product. And like I said, for all of you out there who have experienced hemorrhoids and know that it is no fun, definitely look at horse chestnut as becoming your new best friend because I'm telling you, this stuff is really quite amazing. Now, I will be back with you in a few more days to talk about more wonderful formulations that we have available for you at Invite Health. Make sure that you sign up for our newsletter so you can get all of the wonderful offers that we have, and I will be back with you in a few days. Thank you so much.